Hi, this is Steve Perez, president of Chico State. Today we're going to talk with Todd Green, an Earth and Environmental Sciences professor, and the research that he does looking at groundwater and Big Chico Creek and how it interacts with deep water aquifers. Let's go learn how to do groundwater research. Tell me a little bit about what you do and what we're doing here.
Oh, absolutely. Aquifers are everything for this part of the region, whether we're talking about a shallow aquifer, which we're going to look at today, or a deep aquifer, which will really depend on for our groundwater, for agriculture, and for drinking water. So the aquifers, most people think of it as a bathtub, and not really. We're talking about sediment that's piled down, and that sediment is saturated with water, and that's what we're going after to get that groundwater.
How deep are we talking? Is this a million feet down? Is it 6 inches underwater?
Sure. Well, it all depends on which zone you're going for, and we're going to look at the shallow zone. So how deep is that? We'll hit water probably around 14, 15 feet down, but that fluctuates with the seasons. But the main aquifer that the city of Chico goes after, and then also agriculture goes after, that's about 300 foot all the way down to 1,200 feet below ground.
Wow.
So
how long does it take for water to get from surface level to 300 feet?
Oh, wow. Well, that's a great question. It all depends on what kind of sediment it goes through. Water can move maybe 4 feet a day on fast. Sometimes it moves less than a foot a day.
Wow.
So it really depends on the type of sediment that you're talking about.
Okay, so to fill an aquifer takes years.
Sure.
To empty them, how long does it take?
Oh, it depends on the groundwater pumpers.
Okay.
So those pumpers, they define on how much water comes out of the aquifer. That's the balance. It's like a bank account. You want to take out water, but you also want to wait for the recharge to come back in. And if you're out of balance, that's not good.
I know water is crucial to the state, our county, our region, everything. Yeah. Are there other people who are interested in what we're doing here?
Absolutely, absolutely. Not only is the state interested, Department of Water Resources, they give out money to the counties, and it's all under the name of a recharge experiment that they're trying to get going.
Okay.
A recharge experiment means let's direct water where it doesn't usually go and let it infiltrate into the aquifer. But to really know if that's working, you need wells such as this to monitor that.
All right, well that's pretty cool. So you're taking a creek or a river where it would normally go, that would normally fill an aquifer in a particular area, then they're going to redirect it and see whether we can recharge an aquifer in a different area. Absolutely. And this is part of that project.
This is part of that project.
Funded by, who funds this?
Well, you and I, that state, which is tax dollars.
Right.
This is all part of the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act called SGMA, S-G-M-A, that was passed in 2014, and those funds are now being redistributed around the state to study the aquifers.
Right.
Yeah.
So today we're gonna drill a well.
Yes.
And I think we're gonna do that right here, close to Big Chico Creek.
That's right.
And it's right here on Chico State campus.
That's right. And we actually have a profile of about 7 wells that goes perpendicular to Big Chico Creek. And this is the farthest one to the north of Big Chico Creek. And we can look at this entire profile and see how the levels are changing with regards to the level of Big Chico Creek itself. Yeah. So we're going to connect the groundwater to Big Chico Creek and monitor that over time.
All right, that's awesome. Can we get started?
Let's get started.
All right, so we're here trying to figure out something about the aquifer, whether it's recharging, whether it's giving off water, whether it's taking in water, and we're going to drill a hole as far as I can understand. How deep down are we going to go?
So we're going to go about 20 feet deep down. We've already started it a little bit for you, so we're gonna just finish it off today.
All right, that's awesome. So this is the hole?
That's the hole.
We're gonna make that one deeper than it already is.
Here we are.
Awesome, let's get started.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right. Got it.
All right, we're putting it down in there.
There we go.
All right, Pamela, how far down is it gonna go?
It's gonna go about 14 feet.
14 feet, and then we're gonna get another foot out of it.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
So you're gonna want to press down and start turning.
You should sound more confident that I'm gonna be able to do this.
You can do it.
Okay. Don't laughing when you say yes. All right, so we're going down there.
Yeah.
We're gonna pull dirt out.
That's right.
And then when you're done digging, how far down are you hoping to go? I'm just gonna go all the way around.
We're hoping to go about 20 feet for the well,
20 feet.
That's right.
And then what do you put in the hole after that?
After that, we're gonna go ahead and put some sand first.
Okay.
Then we're gonna insert the casing, which is the actual well part. And then we're gonna put some more sand and a layer of bentonite, which is a clay, to prevent water from infiltrating in there.
All right. Did you ever think you were going to do this when you were in kindergarten?
I did not. I came to Chico undeclared, so I, found geology and I fell in love with it.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got it. I think we're ready. What do we do now?
Now we're gonna pull it out.
Pull it.
We're gonna repeat.
Where's the button I push?
We're just gonna go ahead and pull it out.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
We're doing it ourselves?
Yeah, that's
All right.
right.
You think we can do it?
I think we can do
All right,
it.
let's give it a shot. Ready?
Let's do it.
Go.
Oh, oh God. Okay, we're gonna need.
We're getting close.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is.
Oh, that's good recovery.
All right.
All right. So how much, so this is all the dirt that's come out of the hole?
That's all that we've done so far, yeah.
Holy cow.
That's right.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you very much.
Of course.
So once you've got the well built, you've got it in there, you've got the tubing.
The casing,
is this it? The
that's
casing
right, yeah,
here?
this is the casing.
Once this is in there, then you're gonna make measurements, is that right?
That's right, yeah, and I can actually show you at an existing well how to measure the water level.
That'd be awesome. Let's go do that.
Let's do it.
All right, come on. All right, Pamela, so we're at a different well, probably
right.
about 150 feet away, a little closer to Big Chico Creek on the other side of Lassen Hall.
Right.
And this is what we just dug will look like this eventually.
Exactly, yeah, this is our existing well, and we're just gonna open this up.
Okay.
Here
Then there's a
is
little cap on top of the
actual well.
Yeah. And so
And
I
then-
look down in there, and it looks like a big hole like we just dug. That's pretty
right,
cool.
yeah. So I will hand you this.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna use to monitor the depth. We're
Right.
gonna turn this so that you're able to cut it some slack.
Okay, and so this has got a little monitor,
A little
or
sensor,
a little
that's
sensor on the
right.
bottom that's gonna
It's
say
gonna
when-
beep when you hit water. And then we're gonna test it. That's what it'll sound
Right.
like when you hit the water.
Okay.
And then you're just gonna slowly feed it down and we'll read the measuring once we hit the water.
Let's go. How long is this thing?
Oh, 80 feet.
Okay.
There we go. And we're gonna wanna read it from the top right here.
Okay.
So we'll pinch it here and read it.
I don't have my glasses on. You
It's
gotta help.
about 12 feet and 2 inches.
12 feet. Is that what we would have expected?
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's super cool. So then I'm gonna reel it back up so we know
That's
it's
right.
12 feet here. And if the creek is recharging, then this would go down over time.
So we'll use the other wells to build a profile,
Yeah.
and we'll see if the overall profile is lower than the creek, then the water is coming from the creek into the water, into the groundwater.
Yeah.
And if vice versa, we'll see if the creek is gaining water from the
Okay.
groundwater.
All right. So once we have this information about how deep the water is, what do we do with that information?
So we can actually relate it to the deeper aquifers, and I have a classmate that can tell you a little bit more about that.
Super cool. Awesome.
Yeah,
let's go. So what are we looking at here?
So right here we are looking at a 3D model of the deep aquifer in the Corning subbasin.
Okay. So what are the blue sections?
This blue and kind of green sections here represent data that we are using from an airborne electromagnetic survey, where a helicopter flew over the region and mapped out the underground structure of the aquifer using electromagnetic energy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, really cool technology.
Yeah.
And so the colors represent different electromagnetic resistances of the aquifer, and it tells us where we have fresh water or where we have either salt water or no water. So what I did was I analyzed a little over 3,800 well completion reports throughout the entire Corning subbasin to calculate something called transmissivity, which measures how easily water flows through different layers underground.
Okay.
And we're using that and the AEM data to kind of fix the boundaries that the groundwater model's using, so that we can better predict how the aquifer behaves under different conditions, such as different pumping behaviors or climate change scenarios.
Okay, that's super cool. Wow, what an awesome day. I want to thank Todd and the crew for showing me how to dig a well, analyze the data that comes out of it, and generally how to be a groundwater researcher. That's how we do and dare at Chico State.